Hey guys, Josh from Sportitude here, and it is shoe review time. And today we're going to be reviewing the Asics GT4000. Completely new shoe in the Asics range of 2019. And being a new shoe, there's a lot to talk about. I am holding the men's sample here in front of me. I don't happen to have a women's one today, but underneath this video you'll see a link which will take you through to the Sportitude website, which will show you all the colours and widths available. So, like all my reviews, I'll talk all things outsole, midsole and upper, and how they all blend together. So, without further ado, let's get stuck in. So, GT4000 being a completely new shoe, it has come in and replaced the GT3000. However, the two shoes are different in the sense that there's a considerable amount of engineering changes that you wouldn't be able to roll from a 3000 to a 4000 and expect the same performance. However, the same foot type can run in the 4000 as did the 3000. With just some subtle differences in performance and feel. So with all my shoe reviews, I will start from the ground and work my way up. So if I flip this shoe upside down and we talk all things outsole first and foremost. So this shoe here has a very durable lateral rubber configuration. So the actual density of rubber, or the yellow rubber and the white rubber, is different. So the yellow rubber is a lot harder, therefore it does take a little bit more to break that down. Hence they place it at the back of the shoe where heel strikers first make point in contact with the ground. As you transfer through to mid starts, you'll see it's got a truss-stick beam through here, splitting the rear foot and the forefoot. And then the white rubber, or the outsole through here, is actually a little bit softer. It's not soft to the point of the cushioning system inside the shoe, but you can actually tell through touching the shoe, the yellow and the white rubber, this is a little bit softer. It does provide a slightly smoother feeling on toe off. However, because this shoe is designed for heel strikers, most of that vertical force will be taken out on the back of the shoe, and as we transfer through to mid starts to toe off, that softer rubber will just add a little bit of plushness to that last phase of your gait cycle. Cool, so just to dive back into the forefoot rubber, I've got here the encapsulated flex screws. So you're looking at flex screws 1, 2 and 3. Under your first metatarsal, encapsulating those two flex screws through there is really important to provide a little bit of extra rigidity on toe off, just to protect that big toe ever so slightly. If you remove those encapsulated sort of figures there from this shoe, it would be too flexible on toe off and sort of defeat the purpose of what the shoe is trying to achieve by minimising overpronation. So there is also the guidance line that Asics has been running now for a number of years. Some of their shoes are continuing with it. So the guidance line is just this vertical line through here, which just keeps the foot on a consistent line of path. So from that lateral heel right through to the optimal toe off position, first and second metatarsal toe off. Cool. Now let's talk about the midsole. Now, being a stability shoe in their range, Asics have stuck with their DuoMax arch support system on the medial side through here. So DuoMax being duo double density foam on that medial side. However, it doesn't feel as noticeable as what I have experienced in the past. So your traditional DuoMax shoes, you can almost feel that arch support there. And for a number of years, an overpronator would sit there and go, that's okay, I know I need arch support, I'll run with it and I'll put up with some discomfort I'll wear into the shoe. However, when you put this shoe on, you don't notice that arch support as much, or I didn't notice it as much as I have previously in some of the DuoMax arch support shoes. Cushioning system, we've got a couple of different layers of foam to talk about through here. So you can see the yellow or the lime green cushioning system on the lateral side, that is their Asics Flight Foam cushioning. And then the top layer, grey midsole, which comes around just an ever so slight to the forefoot through here, that is their Spiva EVA, or silicon particle EVA, that Asics have had in their range for a number of years now. So a perfect blend of both. You've got the dampening of the flight foam bottom layer to absorb that vertical impact on heel strike, and then as you come through to mid starts to toe off, having that top layer Spiva just helps with a bit of propulsion as you get out of your gait cycle. So it is a really nice blend of both cushioning and response in this shoe. Big tick from my perspective, love it. Cool. Now moving on to the upper, start from the back. Let's talk about the heel counter. The heel counter is an internal heel counter, so therefore there's no external beams to structurally hold that heel in position. It's all taken care of inside this little heel device here. So when that foot hits the ground, obviously Asics have focused a lot of attention on what's going to happen from the outsole and the midsole, controlling that foot stability. However, as you come up to the upper plays a critical role in holding that calcaneus in position on that first point of contact with the ground. As we then transfer through to mid starts, New clever design, I like this. I'll flip this shoe around on the medial side through here. Can you see the overlays? I'm asking you, you're not going to be able to respond, I'm sorry, but I'm hoping you can see these overlays on the medial side through here. So remember, we're talking about a foot type that does pronate and roll in. So not only are you getting a little bit of stability from the Duomax, ASICS are focused on getting some control in the upper on that medial side. So these wraps up here will assist the upper, keeping that foot in a nice cradle position through mid starts to keep the foot stable to then toe off. So a really nice design through here. It can help also getting a little bit more of a customized fit through that arch region as well. As we're coming through to the forefoot, there's no intrusive stitching around that toe box. It's all nice and free. You get plenty of depth in that toe area, which I like as well. It's not shallow by any means, so don't feel restricted. But yeah, it's a really nice forefoot, plenty of breathability through this shoe, which is great. While we're talking all things upper, I'll just dive into the width. So we've got in my hand through here, we've got the 2E width for men's. I just had to double check, sorry. 2E width for men's, and then there is a D width available in ladies as well. So that's the slightly wider options. They also do engineer a traditional width, which is D for men's and B for ladies. Again, in the link below, it will take you through to our GT4000 page on Sportitude website, and you can see the colours that are available in the widths through there. Just to focus a little bit more on some of the details, we've got a 10mm offset in both men's and women's in terms of the stack heights. And the weight of this shoe, now it is a supportive shoe, but they've come in at a pretty competitive weight. So men's were coming in at 320 grams for a size 9, and the ladies is just a touch over 250 grams for a size 7. So not too bad in terms of the weights. We can see sort of really posted shoes get up around sort of 350 to 360 grams in the men's category, and a little bit higher towards the 300s in the ladies. So they've kept it nice and light, probably due to the flight foam cushioning system and a couple of tweaks in the upper as well. So as I said, GT4000, new shoe, and has replaced the GT3000. So the GT3000 was known for having what they classified as late pronation support. So therefore the Duomax used to go down almost right to that first metatarsal through here. So it was pretty noticeable from the back of the heel right through to that forefoot. They did taper it off in the 3000. I don't have a sample here to show you, I'm sorry, but you just have to take my word on it. Underneath through here, what ASICS have achieved in keeping that support there for a late stage pronator is having this trussing band come through a little bit further to the forefoot, and also having that encapsulated rubber on that outsole through there, just to provide a little bit of extra support on toe off. Because when you think about this, ASICS put a bit of time in thinking of the exit point in a runner inside this shoe. So exit point, I'm talking first and second metatarsal. So if it is pretty hard and rigid under that first or that last exit point part of me, it doesn't provide a really plush, comfortable running shoe. You want it to be a little bit softer through that toe off phase, hence the silicon particle EVA, Spiva, and also the softer rubber that they've decided to use through the forefoot. It is a little bit softer, but it is a little bit thicker as well. So it does offer a wee bit of cushioning and support on that toe off. So other than that, the shoe is pretty similar. We've got the rear foot gel and the twist gel through the forefoot to provide a little bit of extra dampening on that toe off phase. There you have it, guys. That is my wrap on the GT4000. I have done about 50 Ks in my pair, and I can tell you right now, they are comfortable. I really liked them. Nice consistent feel underneath the foot. I'm not a heel striker, I am a midfoot striker, and being that it does have full encapsulated lateral support for a midfoot striker, I did find it nice and stable on that first point of contact with the ground. So there you go, guys. GT4000, certainly a shoe to consider. If you've got any questions about this shoe, or maybe whether it is a shoe that you should consider, please drop a comment on this video below. Of course, if you haven't subscribed to Sportitude's channel, please do. We're here to help you all around the world find the most appropriate running shoes for you. And of course, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Happy running, guys. We'll see you next time.